I imagine I'm on paradise. I'm with company the sweet sublime. Poppy fields growing in your mind.
To how to be irresistible, the blueprint for Venus and Virgo. Okay, so if you have a Venus in Virgo, this video is for you. However, if you have a sun in Virgo, a moon in Virgo, rising in Virgo, well, this video is also for you because you are part of the blueprint. And so if you want to know more about the blueprint, you can check that out in my Facebook group down below. Okay, so let's talk about what makes Virgo such an integral step to beauty. The concepts behind Virgo is what is necessary to understand what makes things beautiful, okay? And that's because Virgo is the sign of cleanliness and health. And it is actually, the beauty comes first from your health, from taking care of yourself, from eating the right foods, from, working out a little bit, body toning, taking care of your body, but also in skincare. So highly advanced skincare. Very highly advanced hair care. Everything about Virgo and Venus in Virgo is about the preparation, the creating the perfect canvas for everything to come on top of it, which we typically find in Venus and Libra. So Venus and Virgo is very simple in their beauty and fashion, right? Versus Venus and Libra, which can add a lot more complexities and layers. But what is complex about Venus and Virgo is the beauty routines. That is where you're going to find the complexities, the details. The devil is in the details for Virgo when it comes to taking care of themselves. And this is an essential part of your beauty routine. And this is for everybody. This is what Virgo teaches us. And in the write-up that I have for Venus and Virgo, which if you'd like to read the entire write-up, that is in the blog link below, okay? And in the write-up, I say that her clothes are the canvas. Her clothes are the canvas and her body is the paint. So I want to make sure that I make that clear here, because at first I'm saying, well, her beauty routine needs to be perfect. And that is creating the perfect canvas. But then I say in the write-up that, I say that her clothes are the canvas and the body is the paint. This is after she has done everything she can to create the most beautiful canvas for herself. Then when she goes to her beauty and fashion and pulls out her tools, everything is so simple. It is like a blank canvas. Because at this point, she has taken care of herself so well and so methodically and over time and done all of the things that she needs to do, that the body becomes the most interesting thing to look at. And so the clothes are simple. Everything with Venus and Virgo is simple. And the body and the skin and the hair and like everything else is just vivid. It's just absolutely stunning. It's drop dead gorgeous. And that's because of all of the care that has gone in before that. So when we start talking about beauty and fashion, her clothes are the canvas and her body is the paint, okay? So some of the key rules with Venus and Virgo placements, and people who have them and who have the best output of their energy, they actually really focus on well-tailored, well-made clothes. Now, Virgo is a very frugal sign. It's not a sign that embellishes a lot. It's not a sign that spends a lot of money. However, it is important to find high quality materials in anything that a Venus and Virgo incorporates, okay? And so this could be like, maybe you find some like vintage clothing. Vintage actually works very well with Virgo energy. And so you can get like really good bargain for clothes that are very well made, right? But also there may be times where you need to splurge. There may be times where it needs to be a very well made piece of clothing. I'm trying to fix my shirt here for you guys because for Virgo video, everything needs to look good. So I interrupted myself. So what I'm saying here is that While vintage shopping is great for Venus and Virgo, and you can find some great buys that were well made, it's very possible that Venus and Virgo may have to splurge, but their closet is like very few items, like the best items, right? But not so many, but they are the best. And so they may have spent some money on them. So like if you're going to get your perfect black dress, it's not a cheap perfect black dress. It's like something that was from a high-end store. Maybe even you've tailored it to your body. And it's something that you would take to the dry cleaning. It's just everything is well made, cared for, and meant to last as long as possible. And that is Venus and Virgo. The colors are very neutral, very nude, very in alignment with the skin tones. Okay, so everything with the palette of Venus and Virgo, it does range from white and black, but in the middle, it's mainly like white and like nudes, the lightest nudes, the mid nudes, the dark nudes, and black. That's kind of like your typical palette. However, certain colors will pop in there, like these deep, beautiful greens. This also is very similar to Taurus, in which I've talked about how Taurus is bargain shops, but they like brand stuff, right? Taurus is like brand name stuff. Virgo is also brand name, but it's not just about the brand. It's about the quality, high quality. And they also both share, a lot of people who have Venus and Virgo and Venus and Taurus, they both share the deep green color that looks amazing on them, just especially in like big ball gowns and like red carpet looks. A deep green looks amazing with these placements, and it may be tied to the earth element that they both share. Okay, now because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, Virgo is very trendy, similar to Venus and Gemini. They're both trendy. However, Virgo is not going to go off the hinge with all the multicolors, none of that. However, Virgo might go ahead and try something new for like whatever might be happening at that time that they think would work for them, but then they're always going to go back to what's trusty, tried, and true, and that is pretty much what they're going to wear on a daily basis. Okay, the hair is actually the best at shoulder length. Too long, it starts to feel too messy. Okay, and too short might bring out more of the masculine traits, in which if they want to feel like they need to have authority, then that works. But the medium cuts actually just create a balance, almost like a androgynous, like in the middle of the gray area of masculine feminine, right? So it's feminine enough and masculine enough, right? Because long hair can be very, very like wafting all over the place and really, really messy, so they may not go for that. If they do go for that, they might be very big on ponytails, slick back ponytails, or really, really straight hair. And that hair needs to be like almost perfect, because everything has to be perfect. It has to look neat. And so they are definitely one of the positions that might choose to wear wigs and extensions if necessary in order to, you know, change their look. They might go for their natural hair, but maybe only if it is kept neat. And if they are natural, you won't see it very often, okay? Because they're going to show out cleanliness, pure, clean lines, okay? Going back to the fashion is simple, but it carries with it a lot of beautiful lines. Speaking of clean lines, so Virgo is the type that will wear trench coats, wool coats, right? And they like to be covered from head to toe as much as possible. But this is not the concept that they are going to not be sexy. They actually, their bodies are just naturally look great in what they wear, like I said, their bodies are the paint. So when they put on something simple, it's just to cover them up, but they look amazing, okay? Everything is tailored. So everything is like collars and blazers, and like it will be layers, but it will be layers that are very complementing to each other, not contrasting colors on top of each other. But you'll see that most Virgonian energy is going to be pretty much covered from top to bottom. Even if they look amazingly drop dead sexy, they still will probably be covered. And you'll see that there's certain things about the tailoring in the clothing that is just unmatched, okay? So it's not like a t-shirt, even though they could wear a t-shirt, but their t-shirt is going to like be perfectly tailored so that it complements their body, and it falls in all the right places. So they're the ones who are making sure like that the sleeve is going to be at the right level, right? And they might tailor the sleeve, they'll tailor everything. So when you look at the like silhouette or just the image of Venus and Virgo, it looks like there's been a lot of knit and pricks and needles and things, even though it might be very simple palette, even though it might be a very simple look, there's been a lot of picking at the details to create that very simple look. It's almost hard to explain because pictures would do the best, and I have pictures on the blog if you'd like to see them. But the whole idea here is that everything is clean, but also not so casual. Clean, but not necessarily casual, okay? They look amazing in materials like silks and cashmeres. They're the typical like tweed coats and cashmere sweaters. You know, they're gonna go for simple jewelry or no jewelry at all. They also might wear their hair up in a bun, sleek ponytails. So Virgo is like a very sexy librarian in a lot of ways. They can pull off the sexy librarian look very well. So go ahead and check out the links below if you'd like to see more examples of Venus and Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.